Hello Fables and Monsters! I'll be sharing what the never-released Monster High and Ever After High crossover film was going to be about, why it was never completed, and a ton of beautiful artwork from the movie. Check the description for timestamps by topic. Monster High and Ever After High were incredibly popular for many years until both brands underwent an unfortunate reboot and Ever After High was cancelled in 2016. More fans were deterred by the new style than drawn in, so both of them sadly closed production with plans for Ever After High to possibly return at an unspecified date. The Lost movie, which would have been called Fairy Tale, was never completed because Mattel's contracts with the animation studio that created Ever After High's first 3D models ended right along with Ever After High. Monster High uploaded a storyboard sequence to YouTube in 2016, which I linked below, but otherwise all the content I have is from the creators themselves. Since the movie was cancelled, a book titled The Legend of Shadow High was published in 2017 with a similar storyline. The characters finally crossed over into each other's worlds after the possibility of them existing in the same universe was hinted at by C.A. Cupid, Astronova, and Gigi Grant years earlier. But because this book came out after the reboot, the Monster High universe is that of the Welcome to Monster High movie. The film's plot is far more interesting because it's set in the original Monster High. Concept art shared by the creators reveals a new character called Una, a beautiful kumiho from Korean legend who Draculaura was friends with before Una's disappearance into the fairy tale world. The evil queen lured Una into her labyrinth where she remained for 150 years. Draculaura's friends try to help her bring Una home and investigate the land of Ever After, to find a prince for Cleo after her fight with Deuce, and some fashion inspiration for an uninspired Claudine. This leads them right into the Evil Queen's labyrinth, where the Ever After High students are lost as well. After clashing with a bridge troll, they fall into a magical stream that switches up their powers, making Draculaura able to do witchy magic, giving Raven vampiric abilities, Maddie heightened werewolf senses, and Claudine the power to pull anything out of her hat. Apple and Cleo don't switch powers, but appearances as shown in this color-swapped concept art. Imagine how cool the dolls would look with their aesthetics merged. The evil queen then disguises herself and tries to form an army of monsters, but the students aren't as monstrous as she expected and refuse to help her take over the world. The new friend group of monsters and fables encounter a dragon when searching for a key among its treasures. Claudia and Jennifer return with minor roles while the main ghouls help Raven fight the evil queen. The remainder of the plot was never shared, so only the writers know what truly happens in the last quarter. 3D animation is beautiful on the Ever After High characters and their world, so it's a shame that we were never given a full movie in this style. In the book, narrated by Brooke Page, the evil queen escapes her mirror prison to find Shadow High, then accidentally ends up in Monster High, where Monica Decay joins forces with her. The main students from both schools try to stop them, and they're surprised that the other isn't just a storybook character when they first meet. Frankie and Draculaura also try to find Shadow High using the mapalog. Since Maddie is the only one who can hear the narrators, the evil queen kidnaps her to extract information about the only ones powerful enough to permanently stop her. She tries to convince Raven that the narrators are evil for separating the worlds of monsters and fables from each other to keep them divided and fearful, but Raven isn't so easily convinced of this or her mother's good intentions. In Shadow High, there is a narrator who believes they should alter people's stories however they deem appropriate, so the evil queen was telling the truth. But she didn't realize just how powerful the manipulative narrator was, and became a victim of her own story being reshaped right alongside Draculaura, Frankie, Apple, and Raven. Seeing that her friends are in grave danger, Brooke breaks the narrator's rules to climb over the fourth wall and helps them escape. Which story do you like better? I prefer the movie because it's set in the original Monster High and introduces a new character. If you know anything else about the movie, please share it below. If Monster High's televised return this autumn is successful, maybe we can convince Mattel to revive Ever After High and the lost movie will be lost no more. Until then, comment your thoughts on the crossover film and subscribe for more videos about the monsters and fables you love.